Hello, everyone, and welcome to Thursday Travel Talks. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Diane Cook, the owner and principal travel designer for Seven Seas to Sea Travel. I specialize in your not-so-routine travel adventures. My guest today is a friend and colleague I've known for many years in the travel industry, and I'm so happy she's able to join us and talk about these really unique destinations of the Galapagos in the Amazon River and the very small vessels that you can experience these from. So without further delay, Jen, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Diane, and thanks everybody. So I'm going to get going because there's a lot to talk about. I'm just going to hide myself so I don't see myself. So thank you again for joining us this afternoon. Just in case you have never heard of Avalon, I'm just going to give you a little bit of background on us. We're actually part of the Globus family of brands, which you might know from our motor coaches. And we have a full range of vessels available in Europe, as well as the exotic destinations that I'm here to talk about today, such as Galapagos and Amazon. Plus, we also do the Mekong and Ganges as well. So today's presentation is all about inspiration and keeping your travel dreams alive for 2022. So the Panorama Suites in a nutshell basically offers you a floor-to-window ceiling of uninterrupted views, and the beds actually face the window. So you can be a passive tourist and maybe with a morning coffee or perhaps an evening cocktail, you can watch the scenery float by. And 2021 actually marks our 10th year anniversary of these incredible Panorama Suites. We are very proud. We have won multiple awards for our innovative suites, especially in Europe. So in 2019, we were actually voted Best River Cruise Line by Cruise Critic Cruisers. That's really hard to say. As well as we were voted, we've won Best Cabins for 5 consecutive years now by Cruise Critic as well. And if you're not familiar with Cruise Critic, it's kind of like the Emmys for the cruising world. And what that means is these awards have been voted upon by cruisers, and it's not just a popularity contest. So we keep them very dear to our hearts. Now, I know everybody is a bit apprehensive about booking travel right now, although most of us are chomping at the bit to get going after this 1.5 year pause. So what we've done at the Globus family of brands is we've implemented our peace of mind travel policy. So in a nutshell, what that means to you is that you can book with confidence your 2021 or 2022 travel plans and know that you are reserved, you're good to go, and you have something to look forward to in the near future. But you also have the flexibility to change or postpone that particular vacation if we're still dealing with COVID during that time. So it's a way of letting you know that it is fine to dream, and if you are ready to commit, you can do so knowing that you're not locked in. And when I say change or postpone, you can change dates, you can change sailings, you can change brands if you want to. So we're very, very lenient with this policy if we're still dealing with COVID. Also, our new health requirements moving forward for future travel. All of our guests will have to have been fully vaccinated at least 14 days prior to travel, or you would have to present a negative COVID-19 PCR test within 72 hours of travel, or a doctor's note stating that you have recovered from a confirmed COVID case in the last 3 months. Now, the reason I mention this is another great way to boost confidence, to book your future travel with us.
Oh, we lost you. There. Jen, we lost your sound.
Agree to one of these requirements. So like I said, that's a great confidence builder to know that everybody is healthy when you're sailing. Now, Avalon, we're very excited to be able to offer you a choice of included excursions with your trips. So they fall into 3 distinct categories. The first being classic. So these particular excursions are more history and heritage. They're sort of your must-see, must-do sites. My favorite personally are our discoveries. So these are interactive. You'll probably get your hands dirty because it involves cooking classes or painting workshops, that sort of thing. But the best part about the discovery excursions is you're usually interacting with locals. So local shop owners or artists or chefs. So that's really special to me, because to me, that's what traveling is all about, is getting to know the community and culture that we're visiting. And then we also, of course, have our active. So our active, or just as they sound. So think hiking and kayaking, canoeing, that sort of thing. But you don't have to be a marathon runner to really appreciate these. They're not, hardcore active type of activities. They're just kind of, they might get your blood pumping a little bit harder, but and it's a good way to, work off last night's dessert. But they're nothing that is going to be too strenuous. And if you're ever concerned, you can always just ask cruise director, and they'll be able to tell you whether or not perhaps you should reconsider and think of another excursion for that day. But today I want to talk to you about some of the more exciting destinations that we go to. Sometimes I get a little Europed out because everybody wants to go to Europe. But maybe you're craving adventure and dreaming of more untamed locations. Well, Avalon offers 2 exotic river cruise destinations to help heed that call. In South America, sail through the Peruvian Amazon and into the depths of the Amazon jungle, stopping to fish for piranha and to hear ancient legends from local villagers. Journey by train to awe-inspiring Machu Picchu and witness an unforgettable sunrise. In Ecuador, head to the Galapagos Islands, where you get up close and personal to giant tortoises, marine iguanas, blue-footed boobies, and curious sea lions, untouched by man for thousands of years. This is a nature lover's paradise and home to the most unique animal species in the world. So first off, I'm going to talk about the Amazon. We will embark on a journey of one of the world's vastly unexplored regions, the mighty Amazon. Experience the Amazon wilderness, where it originates in Peru. The Amazon basin covers an area larger than Western Europe. I think a lot of people have a misconception as to how large Peru is and how large the Amazon is. But it is huge. It's in Peru's Amazon, where biodiversity is at its greatest and the rainforest is untamed. Imagine venturing deep into the Amazon jungle in search of elusive wildlife looking for pink dolphins, which actually my boyfriend has seen. Well, he was up there, so lucky him. And visiting native communities, all while returning to an air-conditioned suite, hot shower, and oversized plush bed. So this is our ship in the Amazon. This is the Delphin 3, beautiful 169-foot long vessel. And it was actually built especially for the Amazon. So it has a true luxurious feel for a river cruise, offering you extraordinary comfort and style while enjoying the incredible rainforest views and exotic wildlife. The ship boasts a open air sun deck. You can take a dip in the plunge pool. There's cooking classes on board. And of course, you're gonna have to enjoy a pisco sour or pamper yourself at the spa. The ship also has on board air conditioning throughout the ship, so you don't have to worry because it can get quite humid in the Amazon. It's non-smoking, of course. Free flow wine with dinner. There's complimentary coffee, tea, and soft drinks, as well as local beer and pisco-based cocktails. Deluxe excursions are included with deluxe skiffs. So the skiffs are the little vessels that take you out onto shore. So there's cold towels, water, fresh fruit that will be offered on the skiff while you're heading into shore. There's English-speaking crew, which is very important. There's a small gym on board, again, if you want to try to burn off some of those calories. And of course, like I said, there is the spa as well. So this is actually a photo of the lead in category. So it's 237 square feet. And as you can see, it has the bed with a view again, which is absolutely fantastic. It's a king bed as well. So I don't even have a king bed at my house. So it's nice to have a king bed on a sailing. There's a stocked mini bar in your suite, complimentary laundry. So you can get 10 pieces done twice per your cruise. Complimentary filtered water and fine Peruvian linens. This is the bathroom, stunning bathroom, marble, the robes, the amazing walk-in shower. And then this is our corner suite. So there's only 2 of these on board, again, with the unobstructed view of this amazing scenery. There's a little seating area for you as well. And some of the other added bonuses to this category is there's a complimentary spa treatment, a 60-minute spa treatment per guest. And you can also have a scented bath upon request. So I'll just show you what it looks like. The next suite is the owner's suite. This is 597 square feet. This is bigger than my first apartment. Again, king size bed, mini bar, the laundry service, complimentary spa treatment again, as well as the scented bath. And here's the bathroom. It's a split screen. So there's a claw-footed tub, so awesome. And then again, the marble and the double vanities. So lots of room to spread out. And then this is just some photos. This is the main lounge area. The bar, we'll have lots of pisco sours. The dining lounge. So on board, it is a combination of Peruvian as well as international and Western meals served. And it's all a la carte. So you get to choose what you like per course. There's the spa. Now spa treatments are additional unless it's you're in the 2 categories that have the free 1-hour treatment. But if not, you can always pamper yourself a little bit more and get additional spa treatments. And then there's the plunge pool. Isn't that nice?
Yes. And Jen, on board, are there like expedition leaders that will be giving talks about the nature and what we're looking for and what we're going to see?
Yep, there are, that's okay. There's naturalists on board.
Mhm.
They will hold nature and history lectures. And there's also cooking classes on board as well, where you'll learn to make some Peruvian dishes. And the nice thing too, are the naturalists are multilingual. So, you know, if there is anybody that wants to try their Spanish, they can. But there's a ton of included excursions. $11 Lima round trip. So where the little green dot is with the 2 inside of it, that's where you'll be starting off in Lima. And it's very cosmopolitan, colonial, and pre-Columbian culture. Now, as you can see, there are quite a lot of intra itinerary flights. Those are all included, so don't have to worry about organizing those. But the best thing about this itinerary is it basically ticks off, you know, all of the must-do, must-see sites of Peru. So Lima, you're going to Cusco, Machu Picchu, Sacred Valley. You're going to fly up to Iquitos and sail with us for 3 days on the Amazon. So just looking a little closer at this itinerary, the first day you'll basically just kind of arrive into Lima. Usually the flights get in pretty early in the morning, so your room will be available for you. You'll get to kind of relax, have a nap, and then go off out and explore on your own. And then day 2 is when everything, all the fun starts. So there'll be a guided walking tour of Lima where you'll see the colonial old quarter, the Plaza de Armas, which is the photo you're seeing here, and the Presidential Government Palace and Lima Cathedral. We'll be visiting San Francisco Monastery to see the famous catacombs, followed by the Larco Herrera Museum with the world's largest private collection of pre-Columbian Peruvian art. There's also a discovery excursion that day 2, which will be a culinary experience with an authentic Peruvian welcome dinner and the exquisite historic mansion of Casa Garcia Alverdo. So the nice thing about this particular itinerary, as I mentioned, is it's both a little bit of land and a little bit of cruise. And there's just so many included excursions, even with the land portion. And the nice thing is you're not, you know, with a huge group, which is perfect, especially nowadays. I think people might not necessarily want to be in large group scenarios. But day 3 and day 4, we're in Sacred Valley. And oh, I must have missed 1 second. There we go. Sacred Valley. So we'll have a guided tour of the Adobe Village. And we'll also this morning visit the ruins of the Inca Fortress, Sun the Temple, and the Princess Bath Fountain. There's also a discovery excursion as well, where we'll have an escorted visit to a native Incan home to experience the way of life that has been endured since the 13th century. Day 5 is all about Machu Picchu. Now, one of the best parts about this particular itinerary is when you book Machu Picchu with Avalon, you get 2 days of entrance fees to Machu Picchu. So that's awesome because, quite frankly, they're expensive. But this way you get to take advantage of both the sunrise and the sunset that everybody talks about. So today we'll actually have a guided excursion aboard the 360 Machu Picchu train. This boasts unbelievable panorama views while you're heading through the valley. And we'll travel, and then once we get to the rail station on the other end, we'll take the iconic winding road up to Machu Picchu. Now, active-wise, there's either a guided walk you could take to explore the lost city of Incas high atop the Andes, where you'll learn all about the lives and mysteries still hidden in the ancient citadel. There's also a discovery excursion that day too, where we're actually overnighting in Machu Picchu. So we are very blessed. We have an incredible hotel that we stay at the base of Machu Picchu called Sumac. It's a little boutique hotel. It is absolutely stunning. I'm very jealous for anybody who gets to stay there because I've wanted to stay there for years. And the best part is you're not wasting any time being, coached, taking a motor coach out of town to come back the next day. So when you get up in the morning, you have another entrance fee that you can use to go and view the sunrise. And like I said, that saves you so much time. A lot of other companies will sort of bus you out because staying in Machu Picchu is a bit pricey. But like I said, it's a once in a lifetime experience. So it's well worth the splurge, and it's included with your Avalon itinerary. So you're not out of pocket.
And that, just so you know, Jen, that is, I have met the owners of the Sumac, and it is also a virtuoso hotel.
Yes.
The quality and the benefits and the value of that experience. So yeah. Oh, that's exciting.
It is exciting. Yeah. Like I said, I always mention the hotel because I love hotels, and yes, it is a virtuoso property. So you know what that's all about. So lucky you guys. Oops, sorry about that. And then, like I said, day 5, we have the second day. So you'll get up early, go see the sunrise, take those iconic photos that you're going to share with your family and friends and make them all jealous. And then we'll return back to Cusco by the 360 train as well. So when we're in Cusco, that day we'll have a walking tour and we'll visit Santiago Monastery and the cathedral. And day 7, it's kind of a busy day. So we're going Cusco to Lima to Iquitos to embark on the ship. So we fly to Iquitos via Lima. So again, you don't have to worry about any of those flights. We take care of that for you. So no worries there. But unfortunately, there's not a direct flight up to the Amazon. Then when we get to Iquitos, we'll actually have a orientation tour. You'll kind of go out and explore this incredible city. And then we'll board the Delphin 3. There's a welcome reception. There's a wildlife viewing excursion. And the thing about this whole area is it's just, you're going to see flora and fauna that you won't find anywhere else in the world. So like I said, it's just such a trip of a lifetime. Day 8 and 9, we're sailing the Amazon on the ship. And we'll have lots of wildlife viewing excursions. There's actually a giant Amazon water lily that apparently is good luck if you happen to see it on your cruise. So you have to make sure that you're looking out for that. And your naturalist will be explaining everything that you're seeing, giving you history on that particular species of plant, or if it's a bird, or if you're lucky enough to see some of the incredible wildlife. There's also going to be a cooking demonstration, and there's a pisco sour making session as well. On day 9, we're going to be visiting the Pacaya Samira National Reserve, and they'll teach you about the endemic fruit. There's an endemic fruit presentation. There's kayaking as well, piranha fishing, and a special farewell dinner on board. Then on day 10, we will come back to Iquitos. We'll disembark and we will visit a manatee rescue center, which is on my list. Again, so jealous. This is one of my favorite itineraries that we offer. And then we'll fly back to Lima. And then the next morning, unfortunately, your vacation ends after breakfast. But that is such an incredible trip. And like I said, it is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Now, moving on to the Galapagos, which is on my top of my bucket list. This exciting cruise vacation lets you sample the natural wonders of Ecuador and its Galapagos Islands, enjoy guided sightseeing in Quito, and have your photo taken at the center of the world. You'll also explore one of the oldest streets in Quito to visit local artists and taste some Ecuadorian chocolate at a chocolate factory. Before taking to the sea, a highlight of your trip will be a visit to the Charles Darwin Research Station to learn about the conservation efforts of the giant tortoises. We'll then embark on an exciting 4-night cruise among various Galapagos Islands on the recently refurbished Treasure of the Galápagos. Have your camera ready because there's so much to take pictures of. As your naturalist points out, colonies of sea lions, albatross, sea lions, red and blue-footed boobies. Each day we'll venture into a new island, which is home to species found nowhere else in the world. During your cruise, you'll have a chance to snorkel as well. So if you're a snorkeler, that's a huge highlight in these tropical waters. And this is just such a bucket list trip. Now, this Treasure of Galapagos is only 16 passengers. There's one naturalist on board as well, who is going to share with you all of their knowledge about the flora and fauna of this area. And I just want you to know that this ship is only chartered for Avalon guests. So you're not going to have passengers sailing with you from other companies. And do yourself a favor. If you have the Galapagos on your bucket list, please do it on a small ship. Whether it be us or there are a couple of other companies that have small super yachts like this, but please do that just because they're less destructive to the environment. And the best part is they're small, so they get into all the little nooks and crannies that these islands have to offer. So the Treasure of the Galapagos, like I said, only 9 suites, so it does sell quite quickly. Before today's presentation, I actually took a peek for 2022 availability. There is still some left, and we have released up until April of 2023 as well. So it does sell quickly because of the limited number of cabins. So we're going to sail around the beautiful archipelagos and explore the natural wonders of this region. On board, there is complimentary use of snorkeling equipment, 24-hour complimentary water, tea, and coffee, multilingual naturalist again. They're all outside cabins, so everybody has a fantastic view. There's a welcome cocktail. There's private guided shore excursions. Now that's really important because, again, a lot of other companies, when you get to do your shore excursions, they'll put you with other groups. So it's only our ship traveling together on these excursions, which is amazing. There's complimentary wine with all onboard dinners, complimentary snacks throughout the day, just in case you're feeling a little peckish. There is lots of lectures on board as well about some of this incredible flora and fauna, and of course, Charles Darwin. There's a jacuzzi on board, expert crew, and you'll get a reusable water bottle as well, because obviously sustainability is very important in this region. So, and of course, all onboard meals. So this is our leading category. So now, because there's only 9 cabins, we don't have a lot of cabins that have 2 beds together. So there's twins like this, which they're pretty spacious still, 215 square feet. There's complimentary water in the rooms, housekeeping twice daily, just because you're usually coming in with, snorkeling equipment and things like that. Private balcony, so everybody can sit outside with a coffee in the morning. And you have your own individual climate control. So Galapagos is really a year-round destination. But if you're like me, I'm always running hot, so I'll have my air conditioning on in January. But it's nice that it's all individually temperature controlled. Now, this is the larger suite. So this is the master suite. It's 430 square. Oh, no, I lie. Sorry. This is just another view of the leading cabin. My apologies. So on board, we have 3 doubles and we have 5 twin cabins. So this is the twin. And then this is the master suite. Sorry about that. So this has a king bed, 430 square feet, private living area with a sofa bed and 2 private balconies. And that's just, I know it's kind of very small to read, but this kind of gives you an idea of the layout of the ship. This is the dining area. So here we'll have international and just because of the intimacy of the ship, and it's just easier for all of the servers as well. And of course, as I mentioned, there is free-flowing wine at dinner. You can also choose to have al fresco dinners. And then this is the lounge. The sky deck. What I love about this ship is the fact that there is a lot of shaded areas as well. All right, so this is probably my second favorite itinerary that we have. So this is Ecuador and it's Galapagos Islands. It's an 8-day vacation with 5 days of sailing or 4 nights. The maximum elevation is 9,200 feet and it's Quito to Quito again. So it makes your flights that Diane will arrange for you much easier. We'll fly from Quito into Beltra Island to board the ship. We'll discover wildlife like tortoises, the penguins. I forgot about the penguins before, but there are Galapagos penguins, boobies, sea lions that all inspired Charles Darwin. And the nice thing is that I have some inspirational photos for you because I think this is just the type of destination that it's just visually stunning. So Quito, absolutely gorgeous. This is actually the cathedral there. And we'll be visiting the Santa Cruz Island. So that's, we'll visit the Charles Darwin Center. Santiago Island, there's an excursion to Sullivan Bay where you'll get to walk on lava flows. Island, there is a guided hike visiting the iconic Pinnacle Rock and of the playful sea lions. There's penguins, reef sharks, and the Pacific green turtle. San Cristobal Island as well. There's a guided walk in Charles Darwin's footsteps. And you'll go and see the remains of Kicker Rock. There's North Seymour Island, where the naturalists will lead us to find the blood-footed boobies. There's also the magnificent frigate birds with the red chests, and their wingspan is actually 7 feet, which is incredible. And of course, there's the iguanas. There's some blue-footed boobies. And then there's also Mascara Islet, which has white coral beaches and the largest group of sea lions. And we have some crabs. It's just absolutely breathtaking area of the world. We have a few different options when it comes to the Galapagos. So the core The core trip is the 8-day, but you can also extend and do the Amazon portion as well. Or you could do the Discover the Galapagos and Peru. So basically the Inca Empire itinerary that I went through, just excluding the Amazon, or you could do both of them together for like the ultimate bucket list trip ever. It's 20 days in total, but it would be everything from the first itinerary and then the Discover the Galapagos for the second. So that would be the most epic trip ever. We have some promotions on right now. So if you book and deposit by June 21st for 2022 departures, you can save $13.50 per couple. If you're on the Galapagos sailings. We also have another promotion for the Inca Empire to Peruvian Amazon itinerary, where you can save $700 per couple on 2022 departures. And then we also have saved $2,000 on the Peruvian Amazon with Galapagos. So any combination of the two trips together save $2,000. We always say thank you for traveling with us. So we offer you a welcome back credit. It ranges anywhere from $125 to $275 per person. It's sent automatically, so you don't have to reach out to Diane and she has to ask us. It's done automatically. You usually get it within a week of returning to Canada. And Diane actually gets a copy of it as well, just so she can keep in touch with you. You'll have 2 years to utilize it, 3 years to travel. And for attending today's presentation, I'm also going to extend an additional $100 off per person or $200 per couple on any 21 or 2022 Globus, Cosmos monograms, or any of our Avalon Waterways river cruise vacations if it's booked within 2 weeks of tomorrow. So I think that's May 7th, if I have my math right. So I thank you for attending today. And I don't know if there would be any questions, but if you wanted to, I'm more than happy to answer if there is any.
Oh, thank you, Jen. That was fantastic. You know, to see all of those animals on that small vessel, like that is luxury. It truly is like that. Just to be with a small group of people and just share that very unique experience. So cool. Yeah. And don't we all want to see the birds with the blue feet? I mean, don't we? You know, I know, and it looked like they were dancing in the one picture. I just love it. Love it.
Yeah. And you know, there's different ways to see the Galapagos, but it's truly authentic to cruise them. Yeah. You know, I know there are, you know, we even actually have some alternative itineraries with our other brands where it's more land-based and you go out to do day trips. But I think it's really something special to actually cruise, be on the water in the evening and listen to all the, you know, animal noises and the birds calling and all of that, instead of going back to, you know, a hotel type of things. So that's my own personal opinion, but
I agree. I definitely agree. It's one of those destinations we do want to do. Yes, Robert, go ahead.
A wonderful presentation. Thanks, Jennifer and Diane. Thank you. When's the two questions? When's the best time to go during the year? And the second question is, our flights are arranged either on your own or with Diane, and is it Air Canada into looks like into Quito? So
so for us, the best time of year to go, Galapagos is year round, and Amazon, I would, well, maybe it's kind of difficult because the Amazon is so far north. But for Machu Picchu, I would suggest doing June to October. Otherwise, it might be a little rainy outside of that time. But so that's kind of the prime time for Machu Picchu. And as far as flights are concerned, Diane can book that, with us. And we have contracts with all the major carriers. So we would always try, to have direct flights where possible. But Diane will give Diane, options, and she can present them to you, and you can choose what's best.
Absolutely. And Robert, like you're saying, I will always ask if you have a favorite airline. For flights that are of length like that, I will always suggest as well, perhaps we look at premium economy or business class. And sometimes, we may get a really good price on something that has one connection, and you think, okay, I'm willing to do that and sit in the lounge for a couple hours and then connect through. Or, if there's a direct option and that's the one you want, I will present the options and you will select what you like. Absolutely.
Yeah, I know with Lima, Air Canada's schedule, it used to be a really late flight. So it was overnight flights and you were arriving into Lima at like 3 a.m. if I remember correctly. I don't know the Quito schedule off the top of my head, but with Lima, I know sometimes people do opt to connect just so that they're arriving in sort of a, not in the middle of the night type of thing.
Yes, that's perfect. Yeah, good questions. And because you're kind of around the equator, like Jen said, it is a year, the Galapagos is a year-round destination. One half of the year may be a little bit more rainy than the other, but you're really in, a bathing shirt, a bathing suit, or shorts and a t-shirt most of the time anyways. So it doesn't make a big difference by a degree or two either way.
What's the currency?
Oh, good question. Soleil. It's a Soleil.
Soleil.
Yeah.
What sort of travel, do you know the travel shots that you have to have?
Oh, I can definitely look into all that for you, for sure, because I would want to make sure, to understand you're on a Canadian passport, all those different things. And then I can send that to you so that you can start to talk to your doctor about it. There are travel clinics where we can arrange it, but sometimes there's a shortage of vaccinations. And so the farther in advance we're planning, the better it is so that you can have those conversations. But not to worry, I will go through all of that with you. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, my other half has been to the Amazon a couple times. So I know he had yellow fever is recommended, but Diane will check all that out for you. And for Galapagos, I just want to stress, because the ship is so intimate, it does sell out quite quickly. And for 2022 and even 2023, there's at least 3 cabins already sold on all of those departures. And it doesn't really get any better as far as promotions than what we currently have in market. So it's not one of those destinations where if you wait, it's going to get, less expensive, or there's going to be a better deal or that sort of things. So plus you want to book your flights, as far in advance as you possibly can to get those direct flights or better connections if that's the way that you choose to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are great questions, Robert. Thanks for asking that. And if anybody else thinks of any questions, don't hesitate, just send me an email. I will get you the answers for sure. And thank you so much again for joining us on Earth Day. What a way to celebrate that, dreaming about Galapagos. This is really, really cool. And Jen, thank you again for your support and joining us. And I really am so grateful for the time you put into this presentation. And it was just really well done. Thank you. And thank you to all my clients. I look forward to serving you when you are ready to talk about this.
Thanks again, everybody. Have a good day.
Okay, bye-bye.